Hello and welcome. You're watching the News Hour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. Today, a big decision was taken by the centre after a series of meetings held by the Prime Minister, first with the doctors from across the country, then with heads of pharma companies. The gist of that decision is that all adults in India will now be able to get vaccinated. Now, there are a number of steps which have been laid out, which have been elaborated on by the centre. Number one is that till now, those who are the most vulnerable, in the vulnerable category, frontline workers, their free vaccination by the centre will continue, but 50% of the vaccines can be given by the manufacturers to the states in the open market. Now, what does this mean for you? Does it mean that you can get the vaccine over the counter? Does it mean that you can have mass vaccination in your offices? Who will carry out these vaccinations at the level of the state? Will it be the government or will private companies also now step in? Let me take those questions straight across to our panel of experts, which is joining us. These are doctors who are members of the task force in their respective states as well. With us, Dr. V.N. Shah, member of the COVID task force in Gujarat, Dr. Shashank R. Joshi, member of the COVID task force in Maharashtra, and Dr. J.A. Jailal, national president of the IMA, will be joining us in just a bit. I will keep this very short and sharp because I think there are a number of questions on people's minds right now, doctors. So I will ask them all. I will try and fit in as many as possible, one by one. First of all, what is the reason for doing it now? Doing it 4 months into our vaccination program starting. Dr. Shah.
Yeah, because it was a very important. Once we are not having this kind of the drive, then our population is not going to be vaccinated. This is the second wave. And in the future also we are expecting third wave. So once we are not having this kind of the vaccine aggressively, then we are going to have a lot of problems. We are going to face a lot of mutated virus in the future also. You can see the example of Israel. Israel is now the corona-free because the whole country is vaccinated. You can see the report of the UK. They are also now vaccinated. So vaccination is definitely have the benefit. And in India also, once
so
we
then
are
let me
this
ask
kind
you a
of
follow-up question, Dr. Shah. What would you then say when a lot of people are arguing that had we done this in January itself, maybe we wouldn't have seen this second wave, this much deadlier wave, we would have already seen herd immunity?
No, it is because see, there is no question of the herd immunity before even the 75% of the population or the 70% population is going to have the infection. So ultimately what is the herd immunity? It is with the vaccination. And what is because we were not having this kind of the production in the previous. Now gradually we are having the experience after 3 months. Okay, we can at least do this program, and government has declared 59 crores up to the June vaccination. And we are having now the 3 companies in the market. We will have the import license. We can at least import open is there now by the government of India. And we are going to have the step up of the vaccine production in our country.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned those numbers because Dr. Joshi, right now with this, the ambit of the vaccination being increased, roughly 90 crore people are eligible for vaccination. According to a Rajya Sabha committee report, our production capacity for the 2 companies, Serum Institute and Bharat Biotech, is roughly in the vicinity of 7.6 crores per month. Who's going to fill that gap? Of course, we are getting more companies, more vaccines have also been approved. But can we really fill this gap of 7.6 crores and 90 crores who will be eligible?
Padmaja, you make 2 very relevant points. The first point is that we have to congratulate the government of India for taking 2 or 3 very bold and appropriate decisions at the right. First thing is that in the month of January, the vaccination was in the infancy and most of the trials were in research mode. Currently, the vaccination, the most vulnerable, which were the frontline healthcare workers as well as the people who lose their lives, that is the eligible group. But the point is, we have to congratulate. A couple of days back, government has opened up the doors for other vaccine manufacturers across the country, and it is not averse for importing vaccines. So it is very likely that Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, Moderna, and many other vaccine manufacturers will be able to come into India. Secondly, this current step is a decentralization step partly. So the most needed, most vulnerable will still be vaccinated in an equitable way, which is 50%. And another 50% has been given the empowerment to the states. One more good decision the government took a couple of days back is they have empowered the corporate houses and the industrial houses to vaccinate them at the site where they have occupational health centers as vaccination sites. So a lot of the workforce, which is the engine of our economy, which is currently being ravaged by the current pandemic, will have an eligibility criteria to get vaccinated. And that decision has been left for the local geographies and the local states to manufacture. So obviously, if there is a manufacturing unit in Maharashtra or Gujarat, obviously people between 18 to 45 in those corporates will be eligible for vaccination, which is so relevant in the current pandemic. Though this wave there may not be any impact, will definitely have an impact. So I think all these steps have been done mindfully, keeping into mind what you are saying. The supply ratio is a little adverse, but this will completely change once we start also importing. We will have Sputnik, which we have to add up. We will have Johnson & Johnson, which we will have to add up. And we will have probably Moderna, which we will have to add up. And we'll also have Zydus Cadila also getting their approval soon. So I think in the next 15 days to 1 month, we will have a larger capacity in that number of N which you are saying, which is around 7.5 crores. Probably it may go up to 10.
Okay, so we will have larger capacity, but the nuts and bolts of that, we are hoping to hear more on that from the government. Now, I will ask you very basic questions also, Dr. Jailal. When you say that it's going to be there in the open market, does it mean that I can walk up to a chemist shop and take it over the counter, the injection? And if yes, then who will administer it to me?
Definitely, it is not going to be on the counter. It has to be only on the prescription, because that vaccine cannot be available on the counter. We need to ensure that it has been, the cold chain is also properly maintained. The statistics and the document we need to maintain. So already we have a system of COVID registration. So certain like that, the registration situation will be also formed, so that only those who are coming under this, and you have to do the proper registration, proper way has to be followed. Only thing, you need not go and wait in we cannot directly go and get from the open market. The institutions, the hospital, the centers which they are giving the vaccination, they can procure that from the open market and store it in their hospital, and they can ensure that vaccination drive is taken. It is not for something like you just walk into the shop to get that vaccination, because somebody has to do the injection for you. It is not a oral tablet to take. So this system is becoming very clear.
Okay, so now Dr. Shah, there are a lot of...
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, please. Fair enough. The system of prescription, and only then vaccination will happen. Dr. Shah, there are a lot of corporates, a lot of companies who are saying, we want to have all of our employees vaccinated. Is it possible now for them to tie up with various hospitals and get that mass vaccination done?
This is exactly the way the government is going for. So ultimately they are going for the private. That is the private. It is not the open for the shops and you are going to take. But yes, a lot of organizations, a lot of NGOs are there, a lot of companies are openly, those who are having at least more than 10,000 people, and they are going to be vaccinated. So ultimately, I think Dr. Shashank also rightly mentioned, we will have the bigger capacity in the manufacturing. Even within very short span, we are going to have 120 million capacity of the vaccination. At present, with the 2 companies, we are going to have the manufacturing. Then we are having the 3 more companies to import this license: Pfizer, Moderna, and Sputnik. And second, in India, Zydus is coming with a very big way, and Sputnik is in the market. So within a month or 2, we will have the 6 or 7 players in our country. So ultimately, the government put some target, and which is at least feasible. And once we are working very hard and have the at least organization between the private and government sector, then we'll have the positive answer.
So, Dr. Shah, Dr. Joshi, because you're a member of a state's task force, I'm going to ask you a slightly controversial question. Now, 50% will be going to the center from the manufacturers. The rest of the 50% is going to be up for grabs for the states. Now, one, who is going to decide the price at which the states will buy? And 2, until the time that everyone's need is satisfied and the vaccine is produced in that volume, isn't the vaccine then going to be taken by the highest bidder? Now, there'll literally be a bidding war between states to see who takes that remaining 50% from the manufacturer.
Ultimately, Selja, ultimately
Dr.
the
Joshi,
manufacturing are doing. Yes, I'm sorry, please.
So I think, I don't think it is going to go that way. I think there is going to be some reasonable capping even for private market. And there will be a mechanism put in place by the central government as well as the state government. and there will be some capping. It will not be a free for all. There will be a fair, reasonable capping of prices, and also there will be a fair, reasonable, equitable distribution also, even within this. Otherwise, what you are anticipating is very correct, and all of us, this question crossed our minds. But I'm certain that the final blueprint of this is not yet out, and in the next couple of days, we will get better granularity and clarity on this thing. This is going to get operational on 1st of May, and I agree with you. But what it opens up are three things. Number one, corporates will have access.
Okay.
People with comorbidities who are as vulnerable as people above 45, between 18 and 45 will also be in that eligibility group. So each state will decide what is the need, and the less exposed population, this is more vulnerable for the COVID, that will also be targeted. So now there will be a targeted approach which is geography specific, based on the TPR positivity rate, based on the corporates, workforce, as well as the targeted groups of comorbidities, and appropriately the vaccination program will continue. This will be a very big boost to overall vaccination.
Okay, Dr. Jailal. So, Dr. Jailal, the second problem which I can foresee, and this basically is what the centre also said in its affidavit to the Supreme Court during one of the cases about mass vaccination, is that we don't have enough people available, healthcare staff, to administer vaccines in large in large volumes. So now that we have opened up the vaccine process, where is the healthcare staff going to come from?
See, looking back into our traditional history, that when the polio vaccination was done, when we are trying vaccination, within a week time we were able to vaccinate more than 10 crores of the people. Yes, you can say that it is a oral vaccine that you can do, but today even for the injection, we doesn't need only the doctors to do that. There are enough of healthcare providers. Even if you see the doctors in the medical colleges, we have now 85,000 medical students are there. And this injection has to be done in a war footing at the level, and definitely we will be able to augment our workforce to do that. It is only the mindset. I am sure that is health force will not be a hindrance. All our small clinics with the general practitioners in a very nook and corner.
May I ask a quick follow-up question? Actually, a viewer has just asked this. Is it possible for the neighborhood doctors in the clinics to administer this injection now?
Absolutely. That is what we are going to try. That every small practitioner in the small rural village, and he will be empowered to. In fact, you come into the hospital everywhere, you will put a TT injection. That is a very common tetanoid
Okay, I think we're having some audio issues with Dr. Jailal. While we try and fix that, Dr. Shah, the other question is that will it be possible now for people, since it is possible for people to be buying it, and it's more liberalized, what do you say to fears that those who are vulnerable may actually miss out on the actual vaccine because the manufacturer, for profits, may try and give it to those who have money rather than to those who are vulnerable?
You see, since 16th of Jan, already we have covered the vulnerable population up to 45 years. Now this is a question of 18 to 45. What happened in the Dubai? Because they are having the two. One is the government system, second is the private. They are having the choices. They are having the Pfizer, they are having the now Moderna available. So this is the kind of the way. So here it is a 50-50%. You see, manufacturing are also there for their business. And everybody is not going to have the free set. So those who are visiting the government hospital, they are having the free work. But those who are going to private as a player, those who want to even Pfizer vaccine or the Moderna vaccine, they are going to have the available and they are supposed to pay for that. But it is not like that something shop or the clinic, which is next to impossible because it is a very good supply chain. We are in the 44,000 at present, the vaccination center established by the government of India. Already now they are working since 3 months. And we are going to have the more and more centers with the corporate sectors and all the hospitals. A lot of corporate hospitals are there. So it is into the organized way. We are supposed to go to the 90 crore people.
All right. Final question I'll ask to you, Dr. Joshi. even now among the healthcare and frontline workers, only 37% have been vaccinated. And especially after the second wave, I found a lot of people saying कि अरे जिनको वैक्सीन लग गई है वो भी बीमार पड़े तो वैक्सीन लेने का फायदा ही क्या है. Even with this opening up, do you find this reinfection or infection despite vaccine increasing vaccine hesitancy and essentially killing the purpose of this liberalization of the vaccine regime?
No, I don't think so. We all know vaccine saves lives. Vaccine mitigates severe disease. Because it saves lives and mitigates severe disease, even if people have got infected, they will get mild or asymptomatic infection. So vaccine clearly has an advantage. And you know what happens is if one person post-vaccine gets a COVID, that gets exponentially spread out through our various media which are there. But you know, we must also count that for that every one there are 100 people who have got protected. So I think we should not decry the value and validity of vaccination program. We should encourage it. And in the second wave, actually, I would encourage more and more people to go forward and get vaccinated. And with opening up of more options, I'm certain that this whole number should be completed as early as possible. And that's something which we need to do on a war footing.
All right. All right. Appreciate you doctors again for your service as well as joining us with your expert opinion. More clarity needed on the nuts and bolts of the entire process, plus about whether there's going to be a price capping and ramping up of supply of the vaccine doses. This is a great first step. We're hoping all of that will happen as well. For the time being, thank you very much, Dr. Shah, Dr. Jailal and Dr. Joshi for having joined me. Meanwhile, even as this major step was announced by the centre, there were plenty of naysayers, plenty of questions that have been asked, plenty of doubts that have been expressed. In fact, while a lot of parties stepped forward to take credit, the Congress said it was on our suggestion, it was on the letter that was written by the former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh that this has been done. The Trinamool Congress said the same thing, and now a member of parliament of the Trinamool Congress has also expressed doubts about exactly how this entire implementation is going to take place. The member of parliament, of course, is also a member of the Indian Medical Association. Dr. Shantanu Sen Welcome back. Sorry for that technical glitch. Today, as the vaccination for all step was announced by the centre, the politics started soon after. In fact, a member of parliament of the Trinamool Congress, who also is a member of the Indian Medical Association, Dr. Shantanu Sen, has tweeted to say, doubtful mind raises questions on GOI announcement. Are you prepared to provide COVID vaccination to all? If not, then is it possible to produce huge amount in a few days? If yes, then why till date there is a scarcity? Or 4, is it another election gimmick for West Bengal? Let me take that across to our panel. Nupur Sharma, National Spokesperson of BJP, Professor G.C. Khildani, Chairman at the PSRI Institute of Pulmonary, Critical Care and Sleep Medicine, Riju Datta, Spokesperson of TMC, Reena Gupta of the Aam Aadmi Party, Meeta Chakravarti, Political Analyst, and Anurag Bhadoria, National Spokesperson of Samajwadi Party. Let me start by asking you, Nupur Sharma, in Bihar you said we will give free vaccines if brought to power, and now, before the Bengal election next phase, says the Trinamool Congress Member of Parliament, you have announced vaccine for all. Vaccine politics.
इन हिंदी आज प्रधानमंत्री ने शंखनाद कर दिया है इस महामारी से जंग जीतने के लिए एंड for those people who will see doomsday and the naysayers, let them go on. They had a problem when we issued emergency use authorizations. They had a problem with efficacies. I mean, non-medicos, non-science, non-medical students, now politicians in the opposition parties even called out saying, oh, it's going to make you impotent. Oh, you have given premature authorization and what not. Oh, it's a jari booty gutti that perhaps me and my colleagues at the party made at the headquarters of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And I mean, inane kind of statements came out. And even right now, did you not hear them do politics? And we debated about this, Padmaja. Only 2 weeks ago, why aren't you giving vaccines for all? Open vaccines for all? Now they have a problem if since now the vaccines have been open for everybody. They have a problem with that also. The fact is, India's infrastructure has actually gone and seen how polio was eradicated. We have an infrastructure to have this vaccination drive also see its success and its conclusive end. Finally, something
Okay,
good
let's
is
take this one by one.
Let's
Riju
welcome it.
Datta, let's keep politics out of this, because then it's just damned if you do, damned if you don't.
No,
And West
see,
Bengal
it is
election,
very
really?
clear. See, no, I will first of all start by saying it is a welcome decision to vaccine all above the age of 80. But it also raises some pertinent questions. Number one, when in February, you remember, Padmaja, and we debated on this, when Mamata Banerjee wrote a letter to the PMO saying Bengal is going into polls, we will procure it directly from the manufacturer at our own cost, provide us the vaccines. Why was it denied? Secondly, there is 17th of April, Mamata Banerjee wrote a letter to PMO saying we are running scarce of vaccines, give us 5 crore vaccines. It is a good decision, but how will you, what is the roadmap? Now the governing bodies, the manufacturers, like Serum Institute and Bharat Biotech, they have been given the grant by the central government, just in a couple of days. So how long will they take to make more than 80.5 crore vaccines to, vaccinate everybody above the age of...
Why didn't you heed to the advice of Mamata Banerjee, Arvind Kejriwal and Rahul Gandhi earlier? Nupur Sharma.
Can I just...
It is usually said in the corridors of the courts, half knowledge actually and half baked knowledge is twice as dangerous, and that's exactly the case here. The fact is that only on January 16th we started the vaccination drive. The priority was all obviously given to frontline and healthcare workers because they are the ones who are facing the disease head on. Given that there was a limitation on manufacturing and thereby the supplies, it had to be managed by a nodal office, and that's exactly what the government did. Now, since the government has given enough motivation, and I would call it impetus, for greater manufacturing, to the authorization issued to the two existing and also Sputnik, and we also know that there are 5 other vaccination in the pipeline to be given clearance in India, then I would say now, since we have the capacity to vaccinate people at a larger level, in much larger numbers, the option has been given to you now finally. Now, since you were so desperate, 50% will be procured by the central government. The remaining 50% is open to you to procure. Now, doodh ka doodh and pani ka pani will happen. Now we will see your sincerity.
Yes. Quickly.
Yes. Go on. Riju Datta, counter.
Yes. I will quickly say this. Quickly. Nupur, you and your party, with the entire 3,000 crore chanda of PM Care, had 1 year to prepare. 1 year. No, where are the ventilators? Where are the oxygen cylinders? Where are the hospital beds? You need to answer that. Why wait so long? You know the history and everything.
Please allow me to come in.
The country will remember thousands.
Please allow me to answer that.
Okay, now we are going to go into that. To everyone who's going to raise that, I'm going to keep asking you.
Only facts.
Health is a state subject, Riju Datta. It's a little rich. It's a little rich to say, what have you done? Where are the ventilators?
No. I will.
You should have also got the ventilators in place, right?
I will give facts.
Padmaja, can I come in?
Okay, no, wait.
No, Padmaja,
Let's not go down the road with that.
No, let's
Sir, just a second. I really need to get in. I need to get in Professor Khilnani also and get the medical point on this, because now we are going into Tutu Meme territory. Professor Khilnani, could this or should this have been done sooner? Just a second.
No, not at all.
Professor
I think
Khilnani, could this and should this have been done sooner?
I will restrict myself to only technical part of it, And I would like to submit here that within 3 months of this pandemic, we understood that people who were elderly, people who had heart problem, people who had diabetes, cancers, chronic bronchitis, COPD, had higher mortality. And mortality was not higher by 10% or 20%. In diabetics, people have complications by more than 20 times. Now, India is not the only one who has preferred to first vaccinate elderly people and with the comorbidities. When you have 100 rupees in your pocket, you need to understand, and you want to make 2 ends meet. You have to realize where to spend that kind of money. So therefore, the decision of the government of India to first vaccinate elderly and with comorbidities above 45 was absolutely based on the sound scientific reasons. Now, we also realize over a period of time that one of the most important transmission method is travel, parties and marriage parties. Now, it is also true the younger people move much more than the elderly people. So they have a potential for transmission also. So therefore, there was an urgency of starting vaccination for younger people also. And I think it is absolutely timely, having vaccinated the elderly and with the comorbidities above 45. I would say it is welcome, and this will reduce the transmission. If somebody says that vaccinated
Okay,
people are
Neena
also
Gupta, are you
getting
satisfied
infected,
that
that's
things
right.
have to be done in a graded fashion, and they were done in a graded fashion? Now, at the end of it all, if you know what are we really debating? Are we debating whether it was done in the right fashion, or are we debating about who should be given the credit?
Padmaja, we are very happy this has finally been done. This is something that the Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi had been asking for many months. So we are extremely happy it has finally been done. But it's too little too late. And secondly, please tell me, where are these vaccines coming from? Why don't we have transparency on how much inventory do we have? Where are we getting the next lot from? This is not like sabun tel that today we order 1 million sabun and tomorrow somebody will produce sabun. Most of the vaccine manufacturers have already entered into forward contracts with many countries. While the government of India was sleeping, the rest of the world has secured contracts for vaccines. Please ask Nupur Sharma which company is going to provide how many vaccines, what is the inventory, when will they be available. Bharat Biotech is already saying that they will give 6 crores by July. Some of the newer companies that have been given funds today, Halfline, etc., are saying it will take them at least 12 months. So, this is really a PR exercise. First, secure the inventory. Then you say we will vaccinate everybody. Where is the inventory? And secondly,
PR exercise. Where's the inventory? Okay, fair enough. Nupur Sharma, answer that. Nupur Sharma, where's the inventory? Let's answer this one by one. You're asking relevant questions. Let's get those answers.
Everybody's questioning. These people very conveniently forget, these opposition parties, that health actually happens to be a state subject. So before you ask a question as to where's the health infrastructure, what were you doing? Sleeping? Let's not forget, and I will answer.
While you want to put the photograph of the Prime Minister, then you want to take credit for it. And when you have failed at it, then you want to say it's a state subject. I'm very sorry, it doesn't work like that. When you wanted the Prime Minister's photograph on the vaccine certificate, then you wanted to take credit for it. Now you have failed at it, so you are saying it's a state subject. It doesn't work like that. I'm very sorry.
As much as she wants in her party meetings, not on the television show. I'm sorry. I didn't speak over her. She can wrap it up.
Give the answer.
Party meetings, not on
Where's the inventory?
Not on a mature televised debate. Please. Speak when you're spoken to, when your chance comes. Have some basic courtesy on a TV debate. Now, since I was asked numbers, 60,000 ventilators were ordered. For example, in Delhi, 300 ventilators came from PM CARES Fund, and an RTI revealed last year not a single ventilator was bought by the Delhi government. Similarly, in the case of West Bengal, your TNC leader, I forget his first name, Mr. Chaudhary, was very infamous because he stopped the tempo carrying vaccinations. So maybe you
Baba, then we
bother about your own health infrastructure.
Why were you
Now, since you're talking about numbers,
I was asking for the inventory of the vaccines, not the inventory of ventilators.
Now, will I not get my time to answer both these opposition leaders? Madam, you just now said what is the inventory? Yet you gave the inventory yourself. Bharat Biotech is saying 6-7 crores by July. Well, that's the inventory. Bharat Biotech's capacity will increase to manufacturing 6 to 7 crore vaccines per month and to 10 crores per month by September 2021. That is what is called an inventory. Maybe you don't know what the definition of it is. Similarly with HII, read the newspaper a bit. You will realize how Dr. Reddy is first going to import and thereafter manufacture Sputnik, and how it's a 100 million dosage contract. Read the newspapers. It would really educate you. खुद नंबर देती हो और खुद कहती हूँ नंबर का है. अरे भाई साहब, आपको खुद नहीं पता क्या कहते हो.
अच्छा, अनुराग भदौरिया, जो हमारा पूरा वैक्सीन प्रोग्राम हुआ है, it just seems like it has been dogged for a program which is essential for our safety and for taking on the virus. It has just been dogged by controversy. पहले जब कोवैक्सीन को मिला कि कोवैक्सीन को क्यों दे दिया, फिर कोविशील्ड को दिया, कहा भैया कोविशील्ड से आप देखिए बाकी के देशों में लोग पॉजिटिव हो रहे हैं, बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, फिर कहा कि इसको क्यों लिबरलाइज नहीं कर रहे. आप कह रहे हैं लिबरलाइज कर लिया, मतलब ये स्टेट्स के ऊपर ओनस है, बेसिकली सेंटर पल्ला झाड़ रही है. Why is it damned if you do, damned if you don't? Anurag Bhadoria.
पद्मजा जी, अभी बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता कह रहे थे संखनाद तो उन्होंने आत्मनिर्भर का भी किया था। अगर आपने पूरे देश के छोटे बड़े हॉस्पिटल्स या दिल्ली के, उत्तर प्रदेश के और शहरों के हॉस्पिटल्स को आपने आत्मनिर्भर कर दिया होता, आत्मनिर्भर में सिर्फ आपने ऑक्सीजन के प्लांट लगा दिए होते और वेंटिलेटर वहाँ पे सप्लाई कर दिया होता, तो आज इतनी मौतें नहीं हो रही होती। ये बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता आत्मनिर्भर अगर आपने हॉस्पिटल्स को कर देते, जो आत्मनिर्भर आप जनता को करने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे थे, और 6.5 करोड़ की वैक्सीन आपने तो बाहर एक्सपोर्ट कर दी। क्यों कर दी भाई? अपने देश के लोगों को जरूरत थी, उनके लिए रोक के रखना चाहिए आपने, उनके लिए आपने चिंता ही नहीं की। दूसरी बात, लगातार आप चुनाव की रैलियों में जा रहे हो, वहाँ पे कोरोना फैलने का संभावनाएं पूरी होती हैं, तो आपने उसको क्यों नहीं रोका? सारी पार्टियां रोकने के लिए कह रही है कि चुनाव में हम नहीं रैली करेंगे, लेकिन बीजेपी तो नहीं मना कर रही है कि हम रैली करेंगे। बीजेपी अभी भी रैली करती जा रही है, तो सरकार अपनी जिम्मेदारी से कैसे भाग सकती है? आज आप स्टेट सब्जेक्ट की बात कर रहे हैं, उत्तर प्रदेश में तो बीजेपी की गवर्नमेंट है, उत्तर प्रदेश में बीजेपी की गवर्नमेंट है, वहाँ लगातार मौतें हो रही है, वहाँ पे
ओके अनुराग जी, पहले तो ये जो हमेशा ये आर्ग्यूमेंट दिया जाता है ना, ये थोड़ा सा मिसलीडिंग है। वन ऑल्सो मस्ट बी सोशली रिस्पॉन्सिबल एंड गिव आउट द फैक्ट। ये आप भी जानते हैं क्योंकि आप बहुत विदुर व्यक्ति हैं। आई एम श्योर आपको भी पता होगा कि अदर देन कमर्शियल कमिटमेंट्स दैट दीज मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैव, वी आर ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ अ ग्लोबल वैक्सीन अलायंस, जिसके चलते हमें लोगों को देनी है। ऐसा थोड़ी ना है कि भाई मेरी लाठी मेरी भैंस, मैं वैक्सीन अपने सारे दबा करके बैठ जाऊंगी। वी आर पार्ट ऑफ अ ग्लोबल अलायंस व्हिच इज व्हाई वी हैव टू गिव द वैक्सीन्स।
यूज करेंगे कि आप बाहर भेज देंगे, आपको अपने देशों की, अपने देश के लोगों की चिंता होगी।
सर ऐसे नहीं होता है ना,
हो जाएगी। नहीं ऐसा होता है, क्यों नहीं होता है? मुझे नहीं क्यों नहीं होता है ऐसा? पूछिए, डॉक्टर साहब बैठे बताएंगे ऐसा क्यों नहीं होता है। भाई हम अपनी पूर्ति नहीं कर पा रहे, हमारे यहाँ के लोग मर रहे हैं और हम दूसरों को दे देंगे वैक्सीन, ये कैसा होता है? ये तो पहली बार देखने को।
चलिए बताइए, लेट द डॉक्टर ओनली एक्सप्लेन दिस। प्रोफेसर खिलनानी, ये कहा जा रहा है कि अगर सबको अबव 45 वैक्सीनेट करना है, we should just a second, Reena Gupta, just a second, because I also want to bring in Neeta Chakravarti. She's been very patiently listening, but let Professor Khilnani respond to this. Yes.
See, I want to apprise you about the vaccination status of India. 2 out of every 3 children born all over the world get some kind of Indian vaccine. So India is the global leader, and by being a global leader, you have a responsibility of having a bilateral relationship. So if India is supplying the COVID vaccine to the other countries, it's a goodwill gesture which has a long-term consequences. And as I see, as a doctor who has actually worked at the All India Institute at Rajasthan, I worked in the village also. So I am very proud that the way the Indian vaccine program is going on as far as the COVID is concerned. As the program of vaccine is going on in India, and at one time it had the maximum number of vaccines per day were given. You look at the logistic, you look at the syringes, you look at the vaccines, and the Serum Institute of India has declared that they can produce crores of dosages of Covishield. Despite all the controversies which occurred in the various countries about Covishield, India has gone ahead with the vaccination program. I am sure in the history times to come.
So you've heard the technical position on that, Anurag Bhadoria ji. But let me now bring in Neeta Chakravarti of the Congress and Nupur Sharma back on. Nupur Sharma, today it was said that yesterday when the former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, he wrote a letter saying exactly this, then he was met with a rude response from the Health Minister, and today you've done the exact thing that he suggested, that Mr. Gandhi suggested.
Well, actually, no.
Can I comment?
The question is to me, I think. From the 5 things that he referred to the Health Minister, you will have to appreciate most of the decisions were taken only last week or last week by the Health Ministry. So too late. And as far as Mr. Bhadoria is concerned, अगर आपको वैक्सीन ही लेनी मत लगाओ, कोई जबरदस्ती नहीं है। आपके हिसाब से तो नपुंसक हो जाता है इंसान। आप में इतनी तमीज नहीं है। यहाँ पे डॉक्टर साहब अब वैसे भी सीनियर सिटीजन एज वी कैन सी, वो बोल रहे थे तो आप तो उनके बीच में भी आप हैकल करने को तैयार थे। आपके अंदर विज्ञान का, मेडिसिन का, डॉक्टरों का हमें अपेक्षा नहीं कि आप इज्जत रखेंगे। आपको नहीं लगवानी, आपको कोरोना वायरस से नहीं, महामारी से नहीं जूझना, नहीं लड़ना, आप ना लड़िए। कोई जबरदस्ती नहीं है। कृपया करके लोगों को भ्रमित ना करें, because it is extremely important that in this country there is lesser vaccine hesitancy. These rumors of people belonging to opposition are actually stopped in their tracks.
Okay, I've been patiently waiting for my turn, so I would really appreciate if I'm not interrupted. Firstly, I think the situation that is there in India right now it's beyond politics. We all need to rise above our political differences. The nation is in a state of emergency. The state governments and the central government need to work together. It has to be a teamwork. The central government cannot do it on its own. The state governments cannot work in isolation either. So we all need to work together as a team and help the people of the nation. So let's keep politics aside for a change. If you look at pure data, if you look at the rate of vaccination in the month of April, from the week starting 3rd of April, I think the rate is about 22.6 million per week, which has fallen to 18.6 million the following week. So though I welcome the decision, I think we all welcome the decision of vaccination for all, I really wonder from where the vaccines will come. Even when we had vaccination only for people above the age of 45, we had seen shortage of vaccines across the country in different states, in different centers. Now with vaccination for all, what is the policy? What is the implementation strategy? What is the execution strategy? What is the ramp up that is going to happen?
Nupur Sharma.
How will the capacity get increased? Are new people going to be inducted, trained? What will be the execution strategy? That is very, very
Nupur
unclear.
Sharma, because I saw a
Given
lot
the
of
rate of
reactions
vaccination, there was a report
people
today
being
in
very,
India
very
that by end of this year, we are looking
that
at
center
70%
faced with
coverage.
vaccine
Can I just
shortage
take
and now
one
is
more
now
point?
passing the buck to the
Just
states.
give me one more second to
Not
make
at
one
all,
more point,
Padmaja.
please.
You know,
That
I'm
is-
amplifying your point only, Ms. Chakravarti.
Padmaja,
Okay.
can I please, earlier when the capacity was limited,
Yes,
now
respond.
I would implore the opposition to make up their mind, simply because on one end they were saying, oh, there is no vaccines being sent to us from the central government. On the other end, it was the Maharashtra government which was chest beating within 2 days of blaming the central government for not sending vaccinations. We are the first state to vaccinate 1 crore people. And it was also the Delhi government. We are the first UT to vaccinate 1 lakh people in a day. If there were shortages, how come you were vaccinating? And secondly, given that now roughly
Riju Datta.
the vaccine wastage on an average over the past 3 months has
I need to
anywhere
come in to
between
make
6.5
one
to 10%.
additional point.
I would
One
urge
second. Ma'am,
you
I
that
was
does
asked
not
a
mean you heckle
question.
me.
Now
Allow
can
me
I
to make
speak?
my point. Allow me to make my
Nupur,
point.
she asked me to speak.
Okay, finish your point. Finish your point.
Padmaja, can I please
Finish your point.
To Jairam
30
Ramesh,
seconds, Nupur Sharma, and then Riju Datta wants to come in.
Please, from Jairam Ramesh to Anand Sharma to Shashi Tharoor, nobody stopped in his tracks before they said it's a premature authority being given to Covaxin. I would implore you all to stop these rumors, because 2 of the states run by Congress, Punjab and Chhattisgarh, have disallowed Covaxin vaccination.
Okay, your
Why?
30 seconds
Because
are over.
we
Can we
don't find
come
it
in now?
fit.
Okay.
As far as
Can I
Okay, now everyone wants to come in. Riju Datta, Riju Datta first.
Miss Kejriwal.
Yes.
Miss Kejriwal, party
Yes.
spokesperson,
Now-
you
now
only wrote on
my
April
chance
5th.
to-
No, Nupur, your 30 seconds are over. Please keep quiet now.
Stop the
Nupur, your
politics.
time is up.
Stop
Please
the
let us speak.
politics. So, who are
Yes,
you?
thank
Are
you.
you the anchor?
Now-
Are you the
now,
anchor? Are
thank
the one who's
you,
timing? Are you the
thank you,
referee of this
I'm
event?
sorry if the anchor is not doing her job. I have to step in.
So you have a problem with
Okay,
the media?
okay. Just a second. I think again now we are descending into commotion. So one by one. Nupur Sharma, just a second. Riju Datta wants to ask you a question. Let him have a say. Riju Datta, please.
Okay, yes. Nupur, my dear friend Nupur has been very vocal today. And when she talks about all these, about opposition, I want to also say on national TV that apart from Covaxin, Covishield and Corona vaccine, BJP and all their top bosses and all their members need a vaccine of hypocrisy also. Why? Let me tell you some infamous words, Nupur. This is not a health emergency. Corona will vanish in 21 days. Coronil, Gomutra, and the chartbuster of infamy, Go Corona, go. And
See, now you're just engaging in rhetoric.
No.
You know, we are looking forward, Riju Datta. You are going backwards into silly things about what people have
Why
said.
you not let me speak? I do not understand why you never let me speak. Can I finish my point and then you can come in?
But make a cogent point.
Yes, I'm
If about a serious scheme, you want to ask serious questions, ask the serious questions. Now we'll talk about some papad and coronil. What are we doing?
Padmaja, can I finish now? My last point is, when BJP has come up with this vaccine for all gimmick, my question is this. Why, when the time of need is when people need to protect every citizen of this country, why is the gentleman who is coming to Bengal on 24th of April to do 4 That is the height of hypocrisy, Padmaja. That will be our best question. Now he's coming on 23rd of April to do 4 Jan Sabhas, but people are dying. In his own constituency, everybody is dying. Left, right and center. The High Court has to intervene in Allahabad to do a lockdown. Why is he coming to Bengal to do 4 Jan Sabhas? Can you
Okay. All right. You've made your point. I think Reena Gupta wants to respond to the very specific charge made by Bharatiya Janata Party, made by Nupur Sharma, that this entire chest beating about vaccine shortage is artificial. Reena Gupta.
So I want to ask a very clear question. Why do you give us opposition parties to make any allegation? Why don't you clearly spell out what is your policy? How will you distribute vaccines across the various states? Is it per population, or is it that only the states where Bharatiya Janata Party government is there, they will get a priority? Why don't you have a clear policy? Why do you give Maharashtra, Delhi a chance? We have been saying, give us more vaccine. We will finish vaccinating the whole of Delhi in 3 months. Why don't you give us more vaccine?
Okay, there is no clear vaccine distribution policy. I really want to have the answer to this, so please answer, Nupur Sharma. Okay. You asked a question. Yes, Nupur Sharma.
I think the person who was actually asking me to, give her inventory has come unprepared for this debate. As she does not know, Maharashtra, with half the population of UP, got more vaccinations and dosages than UP did. Madam, please do basic homework before you come on national television. And I will also tell you, the new policy today is 50% will be procured by the central government, will be given as on need basis. Remaining 50% is open to you. That's why we challenge you, a government which only earmarked 50 crores a day before the lockdown in 2020 to fight the pandemic in a 65,000 crore budget.
Okay.
But its annual advertising budget was more than 300 crores. You spent 78 crores
Yes.
in the months of July and August as per an RTI in 2020, but only 50 crores
Okay.
to fight the pandemic. We implore you, buy the vaccine and distribute.
Okay.
And Riju,
I think
as far as you are concerned, Riju, seriousness is shown when the Chief Minister makes an attempt to at least attend the meeting with the Prime Minister, not busy campaigning. She was the only Chief Minister not attending the VC with the Prime Minister.
Okay.
You're the only people who are not
Okay. I think we'll have time for many more debates about campaigning and who was really serious and looking at whether infrastructure should have been developed, but that wasn't done. I'm going to have to thank all you gentlemen, Nupur Sharma and Reena Gupta, for having joined me along with Meeta Chakravarti. All that we can say that this is a massive step forward from the 1st of May. If you're eligible, please go out and get vaccinated. Thanks very much for watching.